We often speak of life as a journey, as if it were a road we are meant to travel, leading us from one place to another. This, I believe, is a misunderstanding that arises from the very nature of our thinking. Life, you see, is not a journey. It is not something to be endured or a path to be followed with a destination at the end. It is the experience itself, unfolding in its entirety in the present moment. We live under the illusion that there is somewhere to go, something to attain, some goal that, once reached, will bring fulfillment. But when we think of life as a journey, we become trapped in the idea that we are forever on our way to somewhere else. And yet, no matter where we go, we find ourselves always here, in the moment that is always now. Time, that great master of our lives, teaches us to think of existence as a line, one moment leading to the next, and every step pushing us closer to an end. But this linear understanding of time doesn't reflect the true nature of existence. Life is not about moving forward. It is about being fully immersed in the now, where everything unfolds, where the past and future are mere illusions of the mind. When we think that happiness awaits us at the end of the road, we miss the point. Happiness is not something to be earned or gained. It is something that is already here in the very breath we take, in the feeling of being alive. The mind, constantly seeking, blinds us to the reality that the very thing we are searching for is already present in every moment, in every experience. Life, in its truest sense, is a circle, not a line. It is a flow, an unfolding of what is, rather than a journey from one point to another. Each moment you encounter is a part of the whole. It is not something to be rushed through, nor something to be endured. It is to be experienced in its entirety. The more we chase after external achievements, the more distant we become from the richness of the present moment. We believe that reaching some milestone will finally bring us peace, yet every milestone is simply a marker of the endless road, a road that never ends. True freedom comes not from reaching the destination, but from realizing that there is no destination at all. There is no place to arrive. You are already here, already everything you are searching for. When you let go of the need to get somewhere, you liberate yourself from the confines of this illusion, and life becomes the celebration it was always meant to be. So I invite you to step off the road. Forget the idea of a journey. You are already home, and the only thing left to do is to live fully in the now. For this, my friends, is not a journey, it is life, unfolding perfectly as it is. Plus, yes, the belief that life is a journey can be a powerful trap. It leads us to constantly strive, to always feel as though we're missing something, as though we're not yet where we need to be. This mindset of striving creates a sense of lack, as if happiness, fulfillment, or peace lie just beyond our reach. Just one more step, one more goal, one more achievement away. But in this constant striving we forget to ask, what if we are already where we need to be? When we view life as a journey, we separate ourselves from the present moment, focusing only on what's ahead, leaving little room to appreciate the richness of what is. The present becomes a mere stepping stone to something else, and we end up rushing through life, blind to the beauty that exists right before us. The irony is that the more we chase, the further the sense of fulfillment seems to move. We never quite reach it, because the act of chasing keeps it elusive. When we are caught in the trap of constant striving, we miss out on the truth that the only moment that truly exists is now. In letting go of the illusion of a journey, we can embrace life as it is. The experience of life is not about the destination or the pursuit of some future ideal. It is about fully inhabiting the present, finding joy in the here and now. When we free ourselves from the idea of striving towards something, we can finally experience the peace and freedom that come from simply being. Indeed, time is one of the most deeply ingrained concepts in our experience of reality, and yet it may not reflect the true nature of existence. We perceive time as linear, past, present, future, a sequence of moments that move in a single direction. This linear perspective shapes how we experience life, leading us to measure our lives by what has come before and what is to come. But this view of time as a straight line is a construct of the mind. In reality, time, as we understand it, is a limited and relative framework. It is not the unfolding of some grand narrative. The present moment, the now, is the only true moment that exists. Past memories and future projections are merely mental constructs, often pulling us away from the richness of what is happening right now. In the vastness of existence, time doesn't truly operate as a sequence. Every moment is interconnected, and all time exists simultaneously. We may remember the past, imagine the future, but both are abstractions that exist only in the mind. The present moment is not separate from the past or future. It is all part of a greater whole. When we let go of the idea that time is linear, we begin to see that life is not a race with an end point. It is a fluid, ever-changing experience that cannot be bound by the ticking of a clock. This realization frees us from the pressure of future outcomes and allows us to embrace the fullness of the now. The true nature of existence is timeless, beyond the constraints of past, present, and future. It is ever present, always unfolding and eternally in motion. Time as we know it is merely a tool for navigation, but it is not the essence of life itself. The essence is right here, right now, beyond the illusion of time. Exactly. Happiness is not a distant prize waiting for us at the end of some long winding road, but something that exists within us in the present moment. We often fall into the trap of thinking that happiness is tied to external circumstances, achieving success, reaching a goal, or arriving at some milestone. But this belief keeps us in a perpetual state of longing, always looking ahead, always thinking that happiness lies just beyond our reach. The truth is, happiness is not something you acquire or attain. It is not a future event, a state to be achieved when the conditions are right. Happiness is already within us, inherent in our experience of life itself. It can be found in the simplicity of a breath, the warmth of a smile, the beauty of a fleeting moment. The richness of the present moment holds the key to happiness, but we often miss it because we are so focused on what's next. When we live in the future, we miss the chance to experience the joy of the present. The future is always uncertain and ever moving, while the present is all we truly have. If we keep postponing happiness, thinking it will come when we have more time, more success, more money, or more love, we will never fully experience it. Happiness is an experience, a state of being that arises when we are fully engaged in the here and now. It is not bound by external conditions. It is a natural part of life when we let go of the pursuit of something more and simply allow ourselves to be present. True happiness is found in the acceptance of the moment, in the recognition that everything we need to feel whole and fulfilled is already here. So, rather than chasing happiness, we must learn to pause, to observe, and to feel. The joy of life is not something that waits at the end of a road. It is the very road itself, unfolding with each step, if we only choose to notice it. Life, when we view it through the lens of a circle rather than a straight line, becomes a continuous unfolding of experiences, each moment interwoven with the next. A straight line implies a singular direction, a point of origin and a destination, suggesting that life is something to be finished or completed. But in truth, life is a circle, never ending, cyclical, and ever returning. Every moment you experience is part of the greater whole, intricately connected to everything that came before and everything that is yet to come. In a circle there are no distinct starting points or final destinations. The moment you are in is both a reflection of the past and a seed for the future. The circle does not ask you to rush or to arrive anywhere. Instead, it invites you to experience every turn, every shift as it comes. It teaches us that the essence of life lies not in reaching the end, but in fully engaging with the whole of it, the endless now in which we are always present. When we think of life as a straight line, we divide it into fragmented pieces. This is my past, this is my future, and I am somewhere in between. But when we see life as a circle, we recognize that there is no separation between these pieces. They are all part of the same ever-turning wheel. The past, with all its lessons, lives in the present. The future, with all its possibilities, is shaped by the present moment. Life is not a series of isolated events, but a holistic experience that flows through you and around you, shaping and reshaping itself. Just as the circle has no beginning and no end, life too is an ongoing process, constantly transforming, renewing, and evolving. By understanding life as a circle, we release ourselves from the pressure to reach some distant point or goal. We are free to enjoy the journey not as a race, but as an eternal unfolding of experiences, each moment valuable, each moment meaningful. In this way, life becomes not something to be completed, but something to be experienced fully in its totality, right here, right now. Yes, the pursuit of external achievements and milestones, while often seen as necessary for success, can actually distance us from the richness of the present moment. We live in a world that places immense value on what we do, what we accomplish, and how we measure progress. This external validation, these markers of success, often come at the expense of truly experiencing life as it unfolds before us. When our focus is on external goals, be it career success, material possessions, recognition, or status, we begin to see ourselves as incomplete until we reach these milestones. We set our sights on something out there, and in doing so, we ignore what is already here. The present moment, with all its depth and beauty, slips by unnoticed as we rush towards something we believe will fulfill us. But the truth is, these external achievements are fleeting. They are momentary rewards, often followed by the next challenge, the next goal, the next ambition. Achieving one milestone leads to the setting of another, and in this endless chase, we never fully engage with the now. We become trapped in a cycle of constant striving, always waiting for something external to bring us satisfaction, when, in fact, satisfaction resides within. When we place our worth on external achievements, we allow them to define us, and in doing so, we lose touch with our inner selves. We forget that true fulfillment is not about what we accumulate or the titles we earn, but about the quality of our experience in the present moment. By constantly reaching for the next external goal, we overlook the beauty, peace, and wisdom that lie in simply being, right here, right now. Realizing that life's true value is not found in what we achieve, but in how we experience the present moment, frees us from the tyranny of external validation. It allows us to fully embrace the richness of now, to appreciate the simple moments, the fleeting experiences, and the connections that define our lives, not because they lead us somewhere, but because they are already complete in themselves. Freedom, in its truest sense, arises the moment we release the belief that we must arrive somewhere. This idea of arriving, of reaching a final destination, whether it's a goal, an ideal, or a state of perfection, is one of the greatest sources of inner conflict. It keeps us in a constant state of striving, forever chasing after something just out of reach. We believe that once we arrive, everything will be as it should be, we'll finally be happy, fulfilled, at peace. But this belief locks us into a never-ending cycle, where we are always on the way but never truly here. The moment we let go of the need to reach somewhere, we experience true freedom. Freedom doesn't come from a place or a future event. It comes from releasing the attachment to outcomes, to destinations. We are free when we stop measuring our worth by where we are going and begin to embrace where we are. In that shift, everything changes. When we stop believing that we need to arrive, we realize that we have always been here in the present, experiencing life exactly as it is. There is no perfect moment waiting for us. There is no ultimate goal that will make us complete. The truth is that we are already whole, already enough in every moment. By letting go of this need to arrive, we step into the flow of life itself. We stop struggling against the current and begin to move with it. The idea of arrival is an illusion that binds us. Freedom comes when we see that the journey is not something to be completed, but something to be fully lived, embraced, and experienced in the now. True liberation is the realization that there is nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, no final destination to reach. Life is not about reaching an end point, it's about living fully, with awareness and presence, in each unfolding moment. When you let go of the need to arrive, you discover that freedom was always with you, already present, here and now. True liberation, at its core, is the profound realization that you are already everything you are searching for. For much of our lives, we are conditioned to look outside of ourselves for fulfillment, seeking happiness in external circumstances, success in achievements, and peace in the attainment of goals. We believe that something or someone must complete us, that only through some future accomplishment will we finally be whole. But this belief keeps us locked in a cycle of longing, always reaching for something just beyond our grasp. The truth, however, is far simpler and more liberating. Everything you seek, whether it be love, peace, happiness, or fulfillment, is already within you, waiting to be recognized. The idea that you are incomplete or lacking is an illusion. You are already whole, already complete in this very moment. This is the essence of true freedom, the understanding that you do not need to go anywhere or achieve anything to be at peace with who you are. When we stop seeking outside of ourselves and begin to turn inward, we start to realize that all the qualities we desire, love, peace, joy, contentment, are not distant, abstract concepts, but innate parts of our being. They are not something to be found, but something to be recognized within the self. In that recognition, we are liberated from the chase, from the struggle to acquire or attain what we already are. This liberation does not mean that we stop pursuing growth or engaging with the world around us. It means we approach life with a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that we are not lacking, that we do not need to prove ourselves or seek validation. The search for something outside ourselves becomes unnecessary, because we realize we already embody the very essence of what we've been seeking. True liberation comes when we understand that there is no gap between who we are and who we need to be. We are already everything we've been searching for. The moment we awaken to this truth, we experience a profound freedom, a freedom that comes from within, untethered to the external world, and grounded in the timeless knowledge that we are enough, just as we are.